Trump lost it, of course, as we covered, about Olympians choosing to use their platform to say, hey, I'm representing the American flag at the Winter Olympics, but that doesn't mean that I'm representing every single thing that's happening in the United States. And that's like the most American thing to say ever, which is, hey, I have critiques from my government, but I'm still representing my country. And by that, I mean my friends and the values that I think align with my country. But that really pissed off MAGA and Trump. And now you have Rick Scott in a video that I'll show you that was really uncomfortable to look at, saying that people like Hunter Hess, a skier, should have their uniforms ripped off them. Rick, rip your uniforms off, Hunter. And that they should be ashamed of themselves. So we'll get to that in a second here. But first, here's what they're reacting to, which is not any crazy rhetoric. It's just him saying, yeah, there's things happening in the United States I don't agree with.
It brings up mixed emotions to represent the U.S. right now, I think. It's a little hard. There's obviously a lot going on that I'm not the biggest fan of, and I think a lot of people aren't. If it aligns with my moral values, I feel like I'm representing it. Just because I'm wearing the flag doesn't mean I represent everything that's going on in the U.S.
So, yeah, just the quickest pause to request that you click the subscribe button, the simplest, easiest, freest way, completely free, to support the work that we do. Right below the video, click that subscribe button, back to the video. Pretty obvious. Now, what's funny is that was from a right-wing account. They always cut out a part of what he says. Here's a little bit more of it.
Just because I'm wearing the flag doesn't mean I represent everything that's going on in the U.S. It brings up mixed emotions to represent the U.S. right now, I think. It's a little hard. There's obviously a lot going on that I'm not the biggest fan of, and I think a lot of people aren't. I think for me, it's more I'm representing my like friends and family back home, the people that represent it before me, all the things that I believe are good about the U.S. I just think if it aligns with my...
And then they cut that part out where he says all the things I think are good about the United States. I've noticed in all the right-wing clips, they splice that little part of his statement out. Because it's really, as far as I said before, criticisms of the U.S. go, it's a very mild criticism. It's him not even naming what is going on that he doesn't like. It's not like he even got up and said F ICE, which would still be his right. He just said, there are things going on I don't like, and I believe I'm representing the values that I do believe in America. Meaning, he believes there's still redeeming qualities about America. It's not some America-hating rant. And then, I mean, maybe I'm missing a different Olympian what they said, but they're all acting like these athletes got up and said, I hate the U.S. and I'm not representing it here. None of them said that from what I can find. And then a lot of them just said, I hope America works more to represent compassion and love. And then MAGA's like, how dare you speak out against us like that? And it's like, why are you assuming that's against you? I mean, it is, but why are you assuming it? So Trump trashed that skier, calling him a real loser. That is here. U.S. Olympic skier Hunter Hess, a real loser, says he doesn't represent his country in the current Winter Olympics. If that's the case, he shouldn't have tried out for the team. It's too bad he's on it. Very hard to root for someone like this. Make America great again. Hess and others criticized, in pretty mild language. Well, now you have others jumping on the bandwagon of being really upset for very little reason, like Rick Scott, who is a person. Despite many speculative claims, he is a human person from Earth, like all of us. He is. He is. What? MAGA Senator melts down. The Daily Beast reports with cruel threat against U.S. Olympians. And I can just show you the clip because there's so much weird about it. And sorry if we spend too much time. It's 12 seconds. But here is MAGA Senator Rick Scott saying, take your clothes off, Hunter.
Any person who goes to the Olympics to represent the United States and then says they don't want to represent the United States should be immediately stripped of the Olympic uniform. Any person who goes to the Olympics to represent the United States and then says they don't want to represent the United States should be immediately stripped of the Olympic uniform.
If you don't love Trump, strip those dirty clothes off and show me respect. I'm Rick Scott from Earth. Guys, I'm not commenting on anything in particular, but it feels fair to say in a 12-second clip that looks like he filmed for this purpose, it doesn't look like it's cut from an interview. Why does it seem like he was about to say something else?
Stripped of the Olympic uniform.
Stripped of the Olympic uniform. Cut off. What? On social media video? You could just film the Olympic uniform. Cut. This is too much. You know how for a long time, and in some cases, I guess sort of fairly, but some were overstated, MAGA would assert that they were going to be more dominant culturally because your average American was getting sick of an overly sensitive, word-obsessed, microaggressed, woke population, left wing, that was getting so up in arms about everything. And people just want to go back to feeling comfortable talking like they talk. Why can't I say that? Neurodiver what? Are you talking about? Things used to be simpler in my day. Why can't we play, quote unquote, smear the queer? Whatever happened to America? Guys, this is a game that people actually played when I was a kid. This was called Smear the Queer. And all it was you pick up a football and everyone tries to tackle you. And then you let it go and then someone else picks up the football and everyone tries to tackle them. And as you can imagine, this instilled some difficult things to deal with later in my life. I was like, if I come out, are a bunch of people going to start tackling me? Well, then I want it to more. No, no, but that was the message, right? The left got so sensitive, they're triggered. Oh, you need a safe space, you snowflake. You're triggered about everything, and now it's flipped, and you kind of have like what people describe as dark woke, which is still fighting for values of progress, but being a little bit more unhinged in how you do it, which has been fun. Because I do think it's more powerful if you powerfully stand up for people without making it seem like you are fazed by hate. I think that is powerful. That's what I try to do. And now it's MAGA that's just a snowflake about everything. They can't watch the Super Bowl without having an alternative. Can you imagine if a country, like here's an example of them saying woke culture went too far, okay? I really can't stay, baby, it's cold outside. I'm locking the door, baby, it's cold outside. Let me out, please. You're staying in my house until you give me butt. There's that song, right? And more liberal-minded people said, that song sounds kind of weird if you think about it. A little coercive. The female in this story is requesting 100 times in the song to leave. And the man in the song is like, no, you're not leaving. Which I always imagine to look very much like Rick Scott. I have a coat. It's okay with the cold. No, it's too cold. Come here. I'm going to warm you up. And so then you had, I think it was John Legend and Kelly Clarkson making an alternative song that was like, do I have your consent? I'll only do anything if I do. What is your kink? But I won't do anything with poo. Right? That was like something like that. And MAGA went, oh, this is so woke and lame, and y'all can't handle a fun Christmas song where the person says, let me out, let me out, let me out. And the other person says, no, 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 it's too cold outside. And that was an example, right? Can you imagine if they were going to sing that song at the Super Bowl halftime show for some reason? And then liberals went, well, we don't want to watch that. We're going to watch an alternative one where they sing about consent instead. MAGA would go, snowflake, safe space. They're so sensitive. But now they did that for themselves. And they did a alternative halftime show so their snowflake eyes wouldn't have to watch someone, or their ears wouldn't have to listen to someone speaking Spanish. And then this, you can't handle an Olympian going, hey, there's things I disagree with about America. Like, hey, that Rick Scott guy gives me the creeps. It's fine. You can say that. That's America. Rick, you gotta stop being so sensitive. One other little fun moment. Newsmax introduced a Republican by the wrong name. It was funny.
Let's bring in Republican Senator Eric Schmidt of Missouri. Good morning, Senator. So Republicans made concessions to keep the government open earlier this year. You're one of several Republicans who want something in return, say, like an end to sanctuary cities. That seems like common sense to me. Is it going to happen?
Yeah, well, first of all, sorry, I'm Pete Ricketts from Nebraska. But yes, ending sanctuary cities would be one of the things.
Poor guy. Nobody knows you. Oh gosh, that's funny. This is what happened, okay? Let me show you something real quick. This is what happened. Pete Ricketts, sure. Hey, sure, that's your name. He was like a generic prototype of a human. And so they were like, all right, let's just find a generic white dude. Okay, Pete Ricketts, that works. And then the aliens were going, we got to send an alien to Earth. So we need someone to model our person after. We need like a generic, unassuming, a person you wouldn't remember, Pete Ricketts. And they're going to use, Pete Ricketts is a real person. They're going to use him as the model. But then something goes wrong with the machine and they create Rick Scott. That's what happened. They're like, all right, let's just do a 3D image of Pete Ricketts. All right. And now we'll just use advanced technology to create a generic. Ah, dang it. I tripped on the cord mid-production. Sorry, Rick. Give you a hard time. You deserve it.